but I have some hope in the Lord of the Underworld.
Yeah, no, see, to be honest, I think Monte have what it takes. I think paiN, as much as they have good results against Brazilian teams, you know, I think even when they've gone into international waters, they said they've had some issues, and I will definitely agree with the fact that they sometimes feel a little bit out of their depth. Monte and paiN will battle out here on a Vertigo, where if you're looking at Monte and winning on Vertigo, they don't do that great against teams that are good at this map, but is paiN's good the same as European good on Vertigo? Hard to say, but already diving into this pistol, Demka aggressive up ramp, finding Katowice immediately, but you see that paiN have all players ready to receive on this A bomb site.
Bigazera receives bullets, and so does NQZ. Turns out these are very welcoming hosts right now. Lux and Snow less so, and Lux will continue fighting back. The duel is impressing, but now it's Diha's time to start repressing and returning back. Looking to reset the round in, and Lux is still just not peeking through. Diha, this is where your experience is supposed to come into play, but Lux is a fantastic late round player. Continues to try and bait out the starter peak, but Diha is now playing with the idea of pushing forward. Lux reads into it, but maybe not reading far enough. Diha still unsure. This is a game of cat and mouse, but we don't know who will meow and who will slither away. I know mice don't do that, but Diha could maybe even be a snake here as he snakes Lux right down.
Yeah, I mean, great use of the elevation there from Diha. I mean, Lux already so low HP after the earlier fight, so wasn't going to take a massive risk. And, you know, given that Diha had him pinned in position inside of elevator, always kept tabs on it, never made it so that Lux could escape back towards CT spawn. And just by keeping him locked in that spot, it was always going to be a very hard round for Lux to pull together. Needed the instant headshot, and Diha was being incredibly elusive. So fantastic stuff from one of the many polls. But we're in Group B. It stands for Brazil. That's, you know,
yeah, I heard that.
Monte are the only squad that I guess could shatter Brazilian hopes and dreams.
True. P sounds kind of like B, right? So Poland, right? You know,
yeah,
maybe.
Sure. That's a stretch.
I'm trying to make it work.
Yeah.
I don't know how groups are made.
And up, I mean, you put a B upside down, and it's a P, isn't it? Like the lowercase one?
Okay, I mean,
yeah. I mean,
all right, sure, man.
If we're going for stretches.
Well, Krasnal will stretch over and tap Lux right out. Of course, on the paiN side, the conversation has to be beyond just Bigazera, right? Katowice is this fantastic anchoring position between him and Lux. It does feel like they're some of the undersung players. They try and leave their fingerprints on the server where they can, of course, but you know what? Sometimes it comes out of the blue and you're not sure.
Yeah, Lux is a player that's, I think, really leveled up as time has gone on here for this paiN roster. He plays with so much confidence, where sometimes he'd be a little shy and you know, wouldn't go for opening fights. Now he's not scared of anybody, it would seem. Some nice damage there from Bigazera, but takes a lot himself as well. That's at 8 HP, but Demka is not that healthy either. And yeah, Bigazera making the call that, listen, they might be attacking this A bomb site, but we can just save these weapons that we brought forward into the following round and give ourselves another swing at it.
And listen, when we talk about Vertigo, and you know, you mentioned that maybe we don't know how good paiN is versus European opposition. In some of their international runs, they have taken Vertigos off of, you know, much higher tier teams. I believe it was versus Maus in Belgrade for their Dacia event earlier on this year, where they actually took a map off of them on Vertigo in their best of 3. And this is what I will credit paiN for. This is why I like paiN, because it feels like whenever they're going up against a top 5 to 8 team, they very often win their own map pick. And that's the sign of a team with structure and real firepower.
Yeah, I mean, Vertigo has fallen out of favor in terms of, you know, tier 1 outage or outings, but
all the more reason to be good at it for tier 2.
Exactly. You know, if you're going to make your, I guess, emergence into that realm of Counter-Strike, you need to have a map that you have in the pocket, and why not the map that everyone else seems to stray away from?
That was one of the strategies of the most legendary Polish team that we've seen in CSGO, the Virtus Pro Core. They were always infamous that every time a new map came out, no matter how much everyone hated it, like the initial iteration of Nuke comes to mind and everything, you know, Cobble as well, they would just get really good in that and never lose. That's what it felt like.
Everyone else was thinking, how else are they practicing these maps?
That's a secret.
Yeah.
They're not.
That would be crazy. Just go into every map dry, but you're still better than everyone else.
It's all about intention. And Monte's intention right now is to broach through middle and make sure they are avoiding stacks. paiN getting aggressive. That is a nice camera angle. Shout out to the observing team.
It took a while to blossom, but timing's perfect on this paiN push.
They start to go forward. Diha on the other side of what could be some relentless aggression has managed to dodge by being worried about a flank from elsewhere. Demka, in the meanwhile, continues to explore. There is a time on the clock where the C2s do not engage for long enough. Monte start to sweat, and that's where things get slippery and can slide out of the way. Katowice has started off very strong, and with Lux and company receding backwards, this is still a very small amount of information given over. Snow is the only player on the bomb site for paiN, yes, but Krasnal, oh, this is big. This could be exactly what they needed, but Snow's still here. He only got one. Snow can turn around and take him down over here if Krasnal isn't careful.
There's presence from the B steps though as well, and yeah, now Snow finally revealing he will get traded. Krasnal able to hold on to this B space and getting information on another player, but taking a lot of damage in his attempts to hold on to this bomb site. paiN are here on time, 15 seconds on that clock, and Diha will chew through two. Hades able to combine as well. It gets a little sweaty there for Monte, but they had the firepower and the better weapons just in general. But also that timing from Krasnal is, I mean, it's fantastic. You couldn't have asked for anything more. Heard steps inside of CT spawn and just immediately identified the gap, especially with his teammates taking some presence over towards A. Katowice was on an island. You know, he had to win his one fight, but because there was nobody there to support, paiN tried to plug up that gap before it even really came about. Now into full guns are paiN. Lux holding inside of middle, Biguzera playing around the smoke, but Diha is probing up to B stairs, and Snow able to double up from his position. Took a lot of damage in the opening fight, but dealt with Hades real quick.
I mean, this is exactly the head-to-head that Mac was talking about on the desk, right? Snow versus Diha, he takes him any day. Turns out he also takes him versus Hades. It's a 1 versus 2, actually. There's more heads than you thought, Mac, but you were still right.
Now we talk a lot about Biguzera as this fragging in-game leader, as the sole defender of A now. Has to be able to come up with his, and he catches Kai on perfect timing.
I don't even blame Kai.
Yeah.
You're never expecting the guy to re-peek back out over. That is extreme. Katowice as well will find Monte, and, well, Krasnal, like, he's not all of Monte.
He's one of them, though.
He is, and he's an important one. Demka, another important fellow for Monte, of course. Demka feels like he might have fallen out of some of the graces of the Tier 1 community. It felt like he was a shoo-in to be elevated up to maybe even a G2 was the conversation at one point. People saying he's one of the best anchors in all of Tier 2. Right now, NQZ will be finding him and taking him down.
Yeah, maybe the B doesn't stand for Brazil when it comes to Monte, but maybe Bandits, you know, because all of them have had their fall from grace or these chances. You know, Krasnal once shunned from the Polish circuit when they, I think, AGO qualified for Pro League. And he was kicked from that roster, found new life inside of Monte, Hades. You know, I don't feel like we need to talk much about, you know, going from ENTS back to the Tier 2 circuit. Diha as well. Also shunned from ENTS. Kai's maybe the only one, but he was also the forgotten about piece on that 9 roster that had everybody so excited.
Katowice. Night is good. Katowice will fade away as well. Because they're looking for a little bit of spam right back, and he will find so much damage. Kai's not feeling good about this at all. NQZ on the other side will be contested soon. There's an op, there's a double peek. Will they time it right? They need to. Hades gets it done in the straight 1v1.
Biguzera still nearby, dodges the flash perfectly, but eats the second. But I think as well, Kai was caught by that flash, but able to catch him from emerging the other side of the site. Cow is still locking down short, but smoke did not land where they intended, and so now Katowice will sit inside of it.
The flashbang doesn't make him feel too good either, but Lux at least finds and makes quick work of Krasnal. Now between Hades and Kai. Hades with the AWP wants to try and take the initial peek right back to yellow, see if he can find that kill, but instead of locating aggressive CTs. He will himself try and recede back to their spawn. Snow wanted to be first point of contact, but with the way things are looking, it must be Katowice. I mean, between him or Lux for that matter. But Monte have bought time with their positions. They are unexpected, and now with the smoke down, Kai had a chance, but Hades, surely he can't spam away. They know he's got the AWP. They've all got kits of air as well. Now spotted out. Hades backs away. Monte forfeit that second round.
Yeah, I mean, Hades knew that he had to hit that one shot, and just the cursory spam through the smoke, it's not where it was planted for. I mean, a very wide diffuse. If he doesn't get away with that kill, then there's no way that he could actually really challenge the round. Was likely to be held. I mean, the Molotov forced him into the high ground in from heaven as well. Even with that foreknowledge, it did seem as though paiN weren't completely aware of the possibility.
This is also what I like about paiN, though. I mean, you see Katowice being boosted up over there. They don't try and concentrate all of these little cute plays on one guy. It feels like everyone is getting the chance to sort of activate as you're going into the first map of an international event. One where, to be very frank, I mean, ranking-wise, paiN's not too far off from the top. paiN's ranked 14 in the world right now.
Yeah, wow.
It doesn't feel that way, but they are.
It does kind of feel like right now we've got like a pretty solid top 6, and then everything past that is a little bit more in flux. You know, I think we're starting to see the emergence. I mean, Eternal Fire, Heroic, definitely doing some decent work as of late, but
goals is always good for a win here or there.
Sure.
Best time to be a tier 2 team, it feels like. I don't think that's what Demko wanted.
Yeah, he was even, I guess, asking to be reboosted, but Krasnal was not with it.
Come on, man. They just needed it. Of course I don't want to go.
Yeah, you'd think they would have the most chemistry, you know, be on the same page, given how long they've been teammates.
They are the flag bearers of the Monte banner for the longest. Hades needs to be careful because Era could just get a quick fast one on him again.
Still more contacting here from Monte. Katowice, nice spam. Decent damage onto Kai, who was trying to nestle himself up for a reaction to Lux's short aggression.
They're going to need to try and go for that spam again, otherwise Kai's just going to get a free kill over here. Lux manages to stay alive long enough to deal some damage back. He's on 1 HP, but that's all he needs.
I don't know how he's gotten away with that. Monte were really hoping that they find an advantage and they can now pivot into this B bomb site, but I mean, with 35 seconds left, they will have to make their intentions clear soon.
Snow and NQZ. And look, they've got the utility to take over the site, but they don't deploy it in time. NQZ will get one. Snow able to re-peek if he'd like to. Diha can't keep him away with the Tech 9s, and Snow does just that, doubles up. Mr. Babyface himself is coming through as an assassin, even the USP, to continue to force them away. There's still NQZ on the bomb site, and now he's got company coming over as well. Diha is out of there. That's an opt to save, or at least that's what he thinks. Biguzera even waits for the time to run out.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfect. Had him on the flank, but knew that there wasn't not enough time to get that bomb down. Diha just trying to escape with that AWP. And Biguzera had another trick up his sleeve. If you try and go for the round, he just shoots you in the back. And if you try and save, he'll still do exactly that. Really nice stuff there from Snow. Sometimes when, you know, especially in the early days of his integration into paiN, it did look like he was uncomfortable being, I guess, a more static anchor. That's how paiN have always liked to play those positions. But starting to see him come into his own, I think, as of late. Oh, okay.
That's okay. That didn't feel like it should have happened.
Yeah,
but hey,
I mean, he just kind of killed him by accident and just said, okay, yep, my job here is done.
But you did nothing. Now, Biguzera, though, does do a lot for his team right now. Only able to pick up the one.
Okay.
Krasnal, great shots. Tech 9, maybe a bit more damage to be found. He's got the M4 now as well, but would rather prioritize a single bullet headshot at this range. Moves away, and Lux is getting scared. Good reason. That is mean. That is mean.
Quite literally ate that flash. Made contact before the last thing he saw. And then a bullet to the face. So it is nicely handled.
That's the worst catering he's ever been given at an ESL event. Flashes and bullets, what the hell is this?
Yeah. Nice to see that nobody is timid versus a Monte that are trying to play these slow, fight-based plays. I mean, they've yet to show a very fast take of anything. So winning fights is a good way to keep them back. And just as they build the boost, Diha is quickly dismantled.
paiN are playing like the favorites, and I love it.
Yeah. I mean, they are.
They are. But a lot of the times, like you said, you've got that inkling of doubt in the back of your mind, especially as a tier 2 region, going up against a European team of any level. It's like, oh no, but what if something goes wrong?
Yeah, what if they're just better than us?
What if they just shoot real good? Well, apparently we do too. Good to be reminded of that. It is. I built him up a little bit going into this one. He really needs to come alive for his team to be doing much. Big Uzera traded away by the Glock. But Monte will still have to deal with a lot of company on this A side.
Good damage on the nade, and Demka finished off by the AWP of NQZ. Yeah, Krasnal is living on borrowed time. Smoke on short, Lux is watching it. But as soon as it starts to fade, he'll go in for the pincer. And NQZ even catches Krasnal on the catwalk. 5th round here for paiN, and it's the AWP of NQZ that really shines in dealing with not only the B side presence, but also the A side attack as well.
Feels like today is a day for CT players. We're everywhere, right? We saw Dupree, now seeing NQZ doing a little bit of the same. Obviously, the former actually lost the game, so maybe NQZ doesn't want to take too much inspiration.
Yeah, let's not do that. But pretty smooth here from paiN. Doesn't seem like they're stressed out in any of these situations yet. And this is where you'd imagine Monte maybe even increase the pace. The fact that they've been playing slow and the rounds are not developing in a favorable way. Especially when they start to go into the full buy, half buy, full buy, half buy. Surely on one of those half buys, you do try to take the fight to them.
And look, at this kind of time, you need Monte to be able to call on their captain to sort of pull things together, and be it by sheer brute force or be it with a call.
The team with most to gain from winning this challenger event. Every other team has prospects of the RMR, but Monte were shortchanged, and they try and go for a B-side pop, and they just get destroyed. Between Lux and Snow, they combine for 3. Hardly much damage being done, and Snow will even just continue challenging, hitting double headshots just on the spray.
And look, as much as I'm saying they will look towards their captain, one of the things that I guess I also have to keep in mind is Hades gave an interview, Michael. And in the interview he said that maybe I'm not the captain. I don't know if I have the captain qualities. Right. I don't know if I'm really there. I don't know if I can call myself that. And right now, I don't need more doubt. I need a guaranteed round.
Does he just
one pocket strat you have?
Does he just look down the line and say, "You are the captain now"?
Well, maybe that's what Krasnal is going to be doing. Take charge the way he knows best, with headshots.
And one of the rare instances where paiN are punished for trying to get aggressive. Lux has been playing it relatively passive inside of middle, so first time he goes for a bit of a foray into aggression. But that's also why Monte have been playing slow.
Nice adjustment from NQZ as well. Hades taken down.
It just feels like paiN just gets so much control so frequently. I
mean, be it on B stairs or be it on A ramp.
Yeah, even if they're seeding the B stairs, they're winning the fight before Monte can actually get themselves built up for the full execute.
And look at where Lux was before he actually died. Even Lux feels like he's getting too much space on middle. There you go. Again. NQZ aggresses forward right as Krasnal is hoping to double up from his earlier kill. Snow will reposition to a spot where he's found so much success, and that smoke will give him so much time. Nade to fly through. He has been caught by it. Damage is great. Snow's low. Picazera not feeling too good either. But with NQZ covering off the flank, Picazera swings out. Kai to take him down. NQZ to respond twice over. 4 and now 5. He takes it all on his own. 70% of the world is covered by water, Michael. The rest of it is covered by NQZ.
I can't believe he's everywhere. He actually was everywhere in this round. And once again, Monte just get completely trumped, shut down, this time by the AWP of NQZ from quick flicks to just great repositioning. They never knew where to look next. And everywhere they faced, it was just NQZ staring at him with the big green. That's a 5 AWP bullet, no reload, ace.
He's the reason Valve tried to nerf him. Wait for it to become 3 bullets.
It's only a nerf if he misses.
That's true. And he doesn't miss. That nade will not be missing either. Does decent damage. It's not too much, but it's enough to bring them into one-ding territory. And if they weren't done yet, spamming the smoke as big as Era. Katowice right behind him as well to provide that backup. Is low, and he's lost his captain on his side. So suddenly things are getting risky. Monte, if there was ever going to be a world where you bring this game back, it comes through this round.
Demka's boosted. Even with Katowice's elevated angle, it won't be enough to spot out Demka.
Lux is staying safe.
Spam.
Lux spots him out instead. He saw just the tippity top of his head.
I don't even know if he did. He just spammed for it. Why else would Monte pump the brakes after they get an opening kill like that? All that damage onto Katowice. Suspicions raised. Kai, even through the flash, catching Lux. But they still have to deal with NQZ and Snow, who are nearby.
Yes,
Katowice, great timing, catches Dia on the high ground, and both these players are low here on Monte. It's not looking like it's a round of prospect. But Hades does answer, and Kai catches NQZ on a rare miss, but Katowice will find him, and Hades is pinned inside of the site. A great headshot found, but Hades running out of bullets. He'll still have enough for NQZ all the same. It does come down to that in-game leader, the man under the microscope, Hades, to clutch.
That's why you got 35 bullets from the Galil.
Oh.
There you go.
When they nerfing that.
Hopefully not, man, please.
Yeah, he didn't see anything.
Fantastic round though coming through over here for Monte to be able to win it. Now, if you can turn it up to 5, you've got a decent half going into the CT side. It's still not favored, right? But you take what you can get. 2 rounds into momentum at the end of the half are always good. Hades with the AWP purchased, rather saved up from the previous round as well. Nade will not be doing him any favors.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
This goes through the smoke because they're taken down, and that's the trade.
See, now that Picazera is down, though, I don't think Katowice will stick around. You know, a guy that will typically reaggress when his in-game leader is at the forefront of the action. You know, Katowice is often teed up to trade out in space-taking positions. So this will feel a little uncomfortable here if you're paiN. Once again, a slow siege on the A bomb site.
Smokes the segment. Katowice feels pressured. If there's a flash for him to push through, that would be ideal, but he'd rather wait. But that grenade forces him to back off, and Demka might be able to go through the smoke and find a timing off his own right now. Katowice turns the corner into demise. Demka good for 1, but Lux is still here to fire away, and trade he does. Lux still waiting. This is a shot on a step too shallow. NQZ will show he can do it with the rifle as well. Demka now alone, 1 on 3. Easily the most storied player of this team. Spots out 2, it won't be enough. 8 for paiN at the turn of the half.
8-4 half in Group B, the group of Brazil, and of course it is paiN that lead the charge. A nice clean slate here on that CT side. Sure, 8-4 at the half, but Monte were far from impressive on their attack. Let's see if the Brazilians can add more flair to this map.
It starts off with immediate aggression on towards the A site, smokes down everywhere, but guess what? Destination unknown. Dia. Dooley's at the ready now, spotted out, but he only sees one for himself. Krasnal is there to trade away. Krasnal and Dia, between the two of them, the four pistols will pick up 3 kills.
Yeah, double Dooley's in defensive B. That's a cute setup there for Monte. You think you're dodging one by going into obscuring that initial sight line, and then you fall right into another.
Also, good job from Monte not rotating after seeing all of that util coming out towards the A site. That's obviously what it was meant to do. They don't bite down on the fake.
I'm a little surprised they haven't moved to reinforce this B-bomb site, because they would have spotted the bomb.
Well, maybe they don't need reinforcements. This is how Hades gives confidence to his players. You don't need reinforcement, you don't need rotates, you can do it all on your own. I believe in you. Well, Dia believes in himself, that is for certain. Lux, quick kill being found. Lux will be looking to try and pick up at least another few kills, pick up the extra loss bonus. Big Uzera makes this interesting though. Another head spotted. No one's nearby to actually swing through and help out. Lux knows what's going on. He is dropped down as well. Monte, the time is their only advantage now as they're back in a 2-on-2. Demka and Hades will save the day, but it's a day that never should have needed saving.
Yeah, a 5-on-2 where both the remaining players on Monte at the end of that round have 20 and 12 HP each. It is far from comfortable. You know, after the initial dispersal via the double dualies, thought the round was basically done. Hell, even all the extra damage that Diha got playing up close like that, and then all of a sudden there's just this flurry of kills. So nice job making that round a little bit more interesting, but unable to complete on the play. Monte do take the pistol. They can look to salvage what was a deficit coming into this half.
I think at this point, all I want is a clean anti-ego. We can see what will happen in the gun runs afterwards. That's fine. It's okay. But right now, please don't lose too many weapons. Even if it's the MP9s.
Sure.
For paiN on the other side, one of the things to keep in mind as we go into the second half is that they were being given a lot of space on CT side. Right? You talked about it, about how ramp was very often open territory to them. Never felt like Biguzera was punished for this jump spot that K is also going for. Never felt like yellow was really truly contested early on in the round.
Yeah, they were just frequently getting smokes down and challenging behind it, and there was just no presence. So, not expecting that to be the same case in this second half. Monte very likely to challenge for that territory.
And that's a luxury you're not likely to get when you're on the T side.
Yeah. paiN themselves are going to be assertive, I imagine.
Kai waits. Peek around the corner, Deagle is just stutter stepping, and Hades and Demka will make quick work of it. Locke's the only one left, and that Deagle will find nothing.
Yeah, really tried to milk the most out of that round. Very slow, hoping that Lux could punish one of these peaks, but Monte playing it safe, giving the pistols the appropriate amount of respect, and then time suddenly falls against paiN, and you know they finally have to make a move. They want to die within the regulation time. Need that bonus money. But of course they'll have a full buy coming into this follow-up round where there will still be SMGs employed for Monte, so...
Let's see whether that ends up becoming a factor or not. Slam damage is fantastic on a Demka, I have to say. He's been forced away and is not happy about it at all. Utility, Krasnal hoping to get aggressive, shows his position, but look at that response. CTs feel like they haven't even seen anyone. Now they do, and now they trade. Lux already had moved out of the smoke to be able to find that first pick, but will lose his life for it. He's happy to do that.
But already just the difference in pressure. paiN spamming through smokes, throwing nades as well behind it. Monte were very frequently just waiting to see how far paiN would stretch out on that CT side. That damage exchange, it will certainly be felt in the site defense. You no longer need headshots onto Krasnal and Demka. Some of it will be unconfirmed, but it will make their duels a little easier.
Execute will be on the A side, and for Monte, they have not vacated Diha and Krasnal from that B bomb side. They are still so scared. Demka, this nade's not going to be doing too much either. Actually, Biguzera is pretty hot and bothered by it, in all fairness. Hades, the flank, doesn't pay off as well as it could have, but at least he finds one. At least there's one in the ground. Demka hoping to turn the corner to deny the plant, but it can't be done because Zera was standing safeguard. In the meanwhile, Snow loses his life. Demka searching, and he will be rewarded, but Kao is still ready for a duel he just couldn't take. Monte finds 7.
How on earth has Demka gotten 2 in that situation? I mean, perfectly done by him. He's on 30 HP when they're actually committing to that plant. He's able to catch that planter that's still sitting inside of the site. And then as well, just the high elevation to fight Biguzera on the catwalk. That is far more than you would have expected out of Demka in that situation, especially when you have Hades on the flank, when you've got an SMG still running about as well on full health. You know, you kind of hoped Hades got more out of his position, but if Demka can deliver the goods like that, then maybe Diha doesn't need to be the front runner back into the bomb site. Clearly pumped up as well by a round like that. He knows he got away with bloody murder.
Hades, out of there. Doesn't want to be the first one to go down. That leaves an AWP out in the open for paiN to recover, and suddenly that unthreatening buy becomes a whole lot more threatening. Not to say that Katowice with an AK isn't a scary prospect, especially when he's given this much room.
Yeah, his insertion through mid is actually going to be a massive problem. Even if Krasnal rotates with this in mind, this angle is very hard to clear.
Katowice is ready. Krasnal's got no idea! Taken down, and now the B-bomb side being threatened. You have to remember Hades was already low, and Katowice isn't done yet. Diha still nearby. He knows it. He knows it. He knows it! Down goes Diha. And, well, to be perfectly honest, maybe down goes Monte.
Yeah, I mean, that is a massive play there from Katowice. Perfect position, found a gap. Monte plugged it up far too late, and with Krasnal dying, it was just that first domino to be toppled over. They came in with 1 AK, and they get their hands on an AK, an AWP as well alongside it. I mean, 17-9 is Katowice. These 3 kills, the most important he's had, I think, all game long.
Hard to argue the contrary, yeah.
That is absolutely absurd. And, you know, you don't get rewarded if you don't take a little risk.
And for Monte, it feels like the reverse could be true. Hades tries to take a little bit of risk down in the middle, and he ends up leaving it completely vacant because Krasnal takes some time to come back because he can't run back. And he has to walk, he has to check, he has to be worried. Wasn't worried enough.
I mean, even if you're clearing that from the window, or from the jump up, it's actually just
nearly impossible.
Yeah, I mean, you're clearing the box, you're maybe checking hard right, but directly under you like that, it's complicated. And it's not exactly a favorable angle for Katowice if Krasnal is looking directly at it as he clears mid, but I mean, it's you just weren't going to be prepared. A little disjointed, perhaps, are this Monte side. Even from their T side, it felt like they were. I think this is something you were noting to me as well during our halftime break, that they weren't utilizing their flashes properly. You know, when they were going in for executes, the util was going out so much earlier than players were actually ready to capitalize on what the flashes were supposed to do in terms of letting you sort of bridge the space.
It felt like a half-second gap a lot of the times, which might not sound like a lot, but it's enough to make it half white on the flash.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why you saw so many great highlights out from Snow on that B-bomb site. Demka never feels like he's on the right end of the train.
Yeah, he tried to be cheeky around those smokes and ends up leaving the ramp at 4 HP. Again, this is more presence that Monte, I think, failed to do in that T side. So some of that damage will be unconfirmed, but you see the problems of which, you know, Demka has now sitting as a defender. Has to try and dodge nades, can't sit in a single tick of a Molotov. Has to be as risk averse as possible. Oh my god. Did they line up for Lux on that spam? Because K also took a lot.
I mean, K might have died if he hadn't seen the Demka kill on the kill feed. Well, yeah, I got it done. Okay.
Well,
the time does favor Krasnal for a big play here. Feels like you need 2 kills and he'll find the first, not the second. But rotations will come through. The smoke will segregate them off. Diha now tries to move out. There's too many targets and he will fall. Diha now will pick up the one. Actually, Hades was the one who fell earlier on. Diha and Kai are actually still fighting. Bigu Zero left on 1 HP. Even that jump felt scary. Oh, picks up one. Kai's not healthy. Kai's got no clue. Bigu Zera's hiding away. Kai now starts to watch over Bigu Zera. He's threatening. He's going over, but he doesn't have sightlines. He's revealed it. It's gone. The round is gone.
I mean, that was really going to be close. But good recognition there from Kai that the plan was far from ideal there for Bigu Zera just to win out on that clutch. He had safety behind those that double stack of boxes. And Bigu Zera coming to that realization a little late. Even if he ran all the way up the railing, it would have been very difficult for him to come back into that round. But great effort there from Diha. I thought the fact they kept channeling around the edge of that generator smoke, it seemed like a pretty desperate move. But there goes Diha delivering the goods. Demka down the ramp does get caught. This time he doesn't survive on a slither of health.
That can't happen every round.
But also they didn't throw ramp smokes here on that CT side. They wanted to be aggressive. They wanted to take those fights, and not everybody was in a fighting position. Even K didn't really get a sight line before it was far too late.
Kai pushing through, trying to settle in behind that smoke. The angle of the gun is what ends up being Bigu Zera's downfall still. Lux and NQZ fight back, and it's a 2-on-1 brought down to a single, and Hades knows how to play ISO. Now waiting. Molotov and smoke will separate him from Katowice, who's trying to creep past, but that attempt will be unsuccessful. Monte equalize.
Yeah, what a call. They just decide that they're going to all challenge and fight for ramp, and there's a lot of back and forth trading, only for Hades to answer with those final 2 kills. I mean, a really kind of a brave decision, because, I mean, there have been lurks. They got caught out by Katowice that one round inside of middle. After ceding all that space, they just decide, yeah, we're gonna take these fights. And there goes Hades to deliver again in another pivotal clutch.
Also a very cute kill from Kai to be sitting inside that smoke, using the gun model as an advantage.
Well, I don't think you can counter for that. You know, not everybody switches hands from left to right.
I mean, on the left, that was a left hand anyway.
It was, I know, but it was left hand, but most people play right. So is it really a counterplay?
Maybe it's specifically because he knew Bigu Zera will be there. You gotta think big brain.
There are layers, but
I don't think they're baking a cake that deep.
I don't think it was, yeah.
Also, Bigu Zera does have a very strange, like, view model, to be fair.
It's like center left.
It is odd. That being said, though, a quick aggression out from Kai. He's got the taste of blood. And it tastes good.
Yeah, I can't believe he overpowered Lux because of the gun model.
He knew!
He can't keep getting away with it.
The biggest brain in all of Poland.
This could be a really big brave decision here from paiN, though. They make their way up the B ramp, and they see nothing. That's because they went for a double push here on the side of Monte. Diha caught into the generators, but even with his MP9, he overpowers Snow. sat inside that Molotov trying to guarantee the kill, but Diha so elusive and still getting away with another frag. I don't know how he's done it. There's even a flank lined up over towards that B bomb site should Krasnal pad that way, and yeah, he is. So even Biguzera's, or rather NQZ's prospects with this bomb on his back, it's looking unlikely he somehow escapes.
What?
I'm just going to stop talking.
Please. That's... okay.
Kind of an outrageous kill to get away with.
Listen, at least they should know that both players are here, right? Hades also has good sidelines, but NQZ smoke could be the problem. Will he deploy it? That is the question. Molly to the back of Generator. Diha finally dies, but Hades has his chance. A chance he can't make quick use of, tries to move past. The Molotov singeing his feet. The P250 enough for the one, but he will stick to it for the second as well. Around the corner he goes. The incendiary in his pocket was tempting to pull out, but he couldn't get to the back of the Generator in time.
I thought Hades might have gotten away with another clutch there, but this time too much to ask for. I mean, solo health, and NQZ was healthy, rearing to go, knew he could continuously take fights.
Brother, how does he get these?
Yeah.
How does he get this?
There are a lot of outrageous kills.
Man.
And Hades was one P250 shot away from maybe getting another outrageous one. Not to be NQZ clutching and keeping the lead here for paiN.
Hard-fought lead, though. Perhaps harder than we thought it should have been. Monte on the CT side has found a success on success.
Yeah, and they're I guess, punishing paiN for some of their early aggressions that they're doing over on that A ramp, where Monte were kind of infrequently losing players. Sure, they were giving away a lot of space on that T side. It's been a bit of give and take here in the second half. This is quite an interesting buy here for Monte. Dualies on a half buy, or on a force buy. Not exactly most people's weapon of choice.
Well, you know, he does have Kai on his team, the biggest brain of Poland. Maybe he endorsed it.
Sure.
This is the ultimate weapon for having the right hand held. Because you're holding it both hands.
Right.
It makes sense. The view model king of all pistols.
Anyway, paiN should win this round, and given that Monte have force bought into it, this kind of teased them up to this clear pathway to 12. Unless Monte are somehow able to make a call that is disruptive, or they get away with more than you can bargain for on these SMGs and pistols. Of course, paiN are playing with a very hesitant step because they'll anticipate at least the half buy, maybe not the full force.
Hesitancy hasn't always been what gives paiN their advantages on the T side, but in all fairness, it is also sometimes that aggression that comes back to bite them.
Their timing is good, though, in through mid.
You say that, but also at the same time, it's all going to be about the second kill, not the first. What? Diha gets the kill, and Krasnal does the same. In the meanwhile, though, timing is looking good all across the map. paiN will be able to get the flank as well. Kai picks up the Galil, and right now, at this point, it's all about the save.
Yeah, Diha's getting away with kills he probably shouldn't have, but, you know, good recognition that there was that gap in middle, even if it was momentary after Hades gave it up. Kai with this Galil trying his best to make this round expensive at the very least. At least make it somewhat compelling, but a kill into Snow. NQZ is still inside of the site, and Lux is trying to link up, but NQZ close range with that ult will dispel any doubts. Solid round here from paiN. Sure, they have that slow, cautious approach, but it does bear fruit. They get themselves up to 11, and Monte will have no money to buy up in this following round.
Doesn't feel good at all.
Oh, damn. Okay. I thought NQZ was scoped the whole time.
No.
He's hitting quick ones.
Krasnal is a loyal man, Michael. Pulls out the dualies again.
Sure.
I like loyalty, but that's a waste of money.
Right, there's no argument about it this time.
I'm sorry, man. Like, I know you got a kill in the previous round, but still, this is at least a 5-man stack on the B-bomb side. You have a chance of taking down Snow, maybe taking that AK-47 forward, and that could be relevant as we move in. Snow's got one job. It is to not hunt for these eco-frags. To make sure that he stays alive and this can't end in disaster.
Unironically, Krasnol has actually not had a kill on the CT side outside of kills with the dualies.
Maybe he's too loyal.
Like,
Don't worry, baby. I'm not going to get any kills without you.
Go on, do the thing again. You know, get kills. So maybe that is some credence to the loyalty argument.
Maybe that's the call that Bigazera is making right now as well for Katowice and NQZ. They have both hit 20 apiece. NQZ's scoreline is a bit more impressive when you consider it's 20 and 9. But you know what, Katowice, I'll let you be happy with 20 and 14 as well. All right, this is just hunting for money and stats, and I like it.
I mean, also they're trying to save an AK, and they lose that AK,
Yeah,
so you know it does have its merit. And given that Bigazera had an SMG, would have liked to get his hands on that AK himself. But yeah, just
he got enough money to be able to afford another one.
Adding turbulence to the future Monte buy.
And that is important going into the next round. It is going to be very turbulent. I think they're not even on max loss bonus if I'm not wrong. And indeed I'm not.
Yeah, it was never going to be a question about whether or not they could get rifles out. It's just all the extra bits of utility that are so important in establishing that ramp control.
No kits either. And on a map like Vertigo, where retakes can be prolific, that is important. Wouldn't be surprised to see Monte try and aggress as a result of that lack.
Yes, I mean, like, it will be B-side focused.
A lot more presence revealed on mid this time over. It feels like most of the time paiN is just trying to get positioning. Now they are trying to commit, and commit they do, but perhaps too far. Demka gives Katowice his 15th death, and Snow will take position in mid.
To be honest, Katowice dying there actually could work to their advantage here on the side of paiN as well. I mean, Bigazera's got himself in through spawn, and he's able to create more chaos. NQZ getting 2 kills himself, and now Bigazera just trying his best to carve out a path towards that A-bomb site. Krasnol has to be fleet-footed. Bigazera taking that fight at distance, but it's NQZ that comes in and makes sure this round is paiN's through and through. We ended up on that Vertigo. We weren't sure how they would stack up against the likes of a Monte, but paiN played with composure. They had tricks up their sleeve all the way through it as well, and they very infrequently got caught out by any of these late round antics. A couple flashes from Hades in the clutch, sure.
A lot of great individual performances as well across the board. You look over to Snow's CT side holds, you look over towards Lurks